I knew it. I was a little disturbed that someone was here to see me at this time.
You did not hear me. Also, I farted by the door, so haha.
My happiness is sacred and I stay on that pursuit. Yeah, that's me, just me, it's me. That's all I've been. That's what I am. That's what I am. That's what I am.
One of these times I'm actually gonna make that shot. Oh, you idiot. Oh my gosh. Oh man. I just filmed the whole vlog and didn't even realize I didn't press record. So this is, oh jeez. Okay. All right, so this is take 2. So I'm doing a Q&A video. So let's get right into it. A couple weeks ago, or last week, I did a community post and people asked me some questions for Q&A. I want to do one of these once a week. The point of these is to answer common questions. We can talk teaching, we can talk faith, we can talk life, we can talk fatherhood, parenthood, diet, whatever you want, to minimalism, anything that you're interested in, whatever, we'll talk about it. I love sharing with people. So, 2 questions I'm going to be asking today. And thanks for everyone who submitted their question. A couple of the questions are those questions are going to take up an entire long video, so I wanted to do 2 of the smaller ones this time. So let's get right into it. So the first question I'm going to be answering is from Caitlin Swenson. Hopefully I said that right. What does your extended family think about YouTube vlogging? Do they know you're back at it, and do they watch? Okay, so yes and no. So I think most people know that I vlog. I'm not very vocal about it. Like, I don't tell a lot of people, unless they see me with the camera or doing whatever. I don't really advertise it like, hey, I'm a vlogger. I don't really do that. Maybe I should. I don't know. But I try not to post too much like on Facebook. I just don't want to be, I'm not a really big like weird because I put a camera in my face every day, but I'm not really like a look at me kind of person. But it conflicts because I also do like being on stage and I like having the attention, but it's a weird thing. But anyways, my family is supportive. I believe like my family, my parents watch sometimes. I think some extended family do watch as well. Not everybody likes being on video though, so there's certain times in family events or whatever that I just don't bring the cameras around because I just want to respect people's space and privacy. So it's not to the point where I shove camera in people's faces. Then people might have a problem with it. But and early on, the last time I vlogged, I guess you'll call it season 1, there was some concern that maybe we were sharing too much and being too personal from some family members, which rightfully so. They were just concerned. But we talked that through and over, and ultimately. We feel that the things that we've been through in our life and our personal experiences, if they can help other people, then we're obligated to share those. So that kind of like goes into something, my sermon this past Sunday, it's really cool that I got to rewatch it and critique myself. And one part of my sermon, I really wish I would have gone in more depth with, and that actually goes with this question. It was about, you know what, hang on, here it is. So I'm of the belief that if you have anything good going for you in your life, and you're doing something right, then we are obligated to share, especially your faith. Listen, if any of you have a killer recipe for a cinnamon roll, I expect you to share it, especially with me, please. But Jesus tells us to let our light shine before others. Don't hide it. You might be thinking, okay, well, who am I? What gives me the authority to share my faith? I'm not confident enough in my own biblical knowledge. I'm not a theologian. Well, I've had the same thoughts. I'm not ordained yet, but sometimes when I was preparing for a sermon over this quarantine time, I would let that doubt set in. I would think to myself, who am I to tell this congregation anything? They're just waiting on the new pastor. They're probably going, oh, here we go again. It's Kyle. Who am I? But I believe that that's the devil trying to get me down, trying to keep me from sharing my faith. Even if you aren't a biblical scholar or a theologian, you can share how God has worked in your life. Me, I'm just a guy, nobody special. But I have tried to find joy and peace in the world, and through accolades, through recognition, through work, through pretty much any means that I could think about. But nothing worked, except Christ. So it's about letting your light shine. And if you are doing something cool, if you have a part of your life that's going well, share it. And I think that sometimes like the things that people choose to share on social media, sometimes it's like, why are you even, like, if more people shared the positive things they were doing and or the cool stuff or unique stuff or things that they were good at and they could help other people at, I think it would just collectively make society better. So that's kind of how I think about vlogging, which is like, you know, sometimes when I think about what I'm gonna vlog for the day, I'm like, nobody will think that's cool. Nobody like would care about this, you know, and who am I to say what people will care about, right? Like if 50 people watch the video, you know, it's like, well, that's 50 people that chose to give me their time and watch the video. And, you know, it's just, so I'm not the judge of what people are gonna like. Sometimes I'm too hard on myself and I overthink things, but if you have a skill, an ability, a talent, just something that you're good at in life, share it, because you can make other people better with that knowledge. And ultimately, it reminds me of that song, you know, that Sunday school song?
I'm gonna let it shine, let it shine, let it shine, let it shine.
This little light of mine, let it shine. Let your, you know, your light, the light shine, you know, your faith. Everyone should be able to see it, but not just your faith, your other skills that God's given you. Let them shine. If you're a good piano player, tickle those 88s, man. Tickle them. If you're a good baker, bake up some cookies. Like, share the stuff that matters. I'm tired of seeing all the garbage on social media anyway, so I'd much rather see the cool stuff you're doing. By the way, if just FYI, I am trying to connect with people more from across the world. So if anybody wants to connect on social media, friend me on Facebook or on Instagram. That'd be awesome. We can connect, message, whatever. It's nice to get to know who you are. I see some comments sometimes, but it'd be nice to like understand more about who's in there. So anyway, next question comes from Miss and Momo F3 asking the question, are you still vegan? Okay, here we go. Got a lot of videos on this channel about veganism, vegan diet. So, like many Americans, I was enthralled and captivated by the documentary film on Netflix called What the Health, and I threw out and I went vegan overnight. It turns out the word vegan is very triggering to people, and you'll get in lots of arguments, and people have like preconceived ideas of what vegans are and how they act and where they are and all sorts of life, right? So I don't use that word anymore. And if you even notice on my channel, it used to say like vegan lifestyle or vegan videos on a playlist. I changed it to plant-based lifestyle because you'll be hard pressed to find somebody that will argue with you if you tell them, hey, you know, I'm really trying to eat more fruits and vegetables and I feel great. Nobody's gonna be like, you're an idiot, you don't know anything. Because it's funny, as soon as you say you're vegan, all of a sudden all your relatives and family and friends and everybody is a dietitian expert, and they try to tell you, oh, you need meat to live. When of course you don't need meat to live. It is what But anyway, no, I call what I call it is I have a plant-based diet. And so what that means is I get almost all of my calories from plants. So fruits, vegetables, grains, seeds, nuts, legumes, greens. That's it. That's all that I need. That's it. That's all you need. And I use this really great app. It's called, let me find it. Where did it go? The Daily Dozen. The Daily, come on now. It's called The Daily Dozen, and it's a great app. Basically, it tells you how many servings of each thing you need. 3 servings of beans, 1 serving of berries, and you can track your eating, and it's really helpful. And then each little category has little videos and little descriptions on why this is good for you. But anyway, No, don't call it vegan. I call it plant-based because it's easier to get people to come around if you say that. Also, if you're thinking about going vegan or plant-based, start small and try to do like a percentage. Try to do 70% of your calories from plants, 30% from whatever, your meat and dairy, and slowly start to eat more plants. The most healthiest places on Earth are called the blue zones because they have the highest amount of concentrated centenarians, which are people who are over 100. And these cultures, they consume almost all plants. They have very, very little or no animal products. They might have fish twice a week or something like that. And there's people that do all sorts of studies on these blue zones. But also a plant-based diet is the only diet that's proven to reverse and treat heart disease, which is the #1 killer among all people worldwide every year. So if you have any other questions about plant-based diet, there's so many people on YouTube, so just search it, or I have some videos, or if you have any more questions about that, I love talking about it. This channel isn't about that, but I do love talking about it. I kind of nerd out on that kind of stuff. But anyway, that's my Q&A for this week. If you have any questions for the next Q&A, you drop them down below, or I'll put another post up, I think, that way too. But yeah, I love talking to you guys. Thanks for being a part of the community, and I'll see you tomorrow.